Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about Diablo 2's new mod update for Median XL happening very soon. In less than a month, we'll be able to access the new update for Median XL, and I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of new features. We're gonna go ahead and just check out the trailer really quick. Just a heads up, there is some copyrighted music, so I'm just playing like Diablo 2 music in the background. Don't worry, there's not anything special for this that you really need to hear. It's just basically all of the newer things coming to the new update. 8 trees per class. There's going to be new skills that's showing off the 1.8, which is what we're on right now, and there's the 2.0. You guys are going to be able to see so many, and don't worry, I'm going to be pausing and kind of breaking it down the trailer in a moment, but I just want to go ahead and show you guys it really quick so you guys can kind of see it for yourself. I'll also have it linked down below in case if you guys just want to watch it, but I'll kind of explain what's to be expected in this newest update, as well as kind of just my thoughts on it. So it's really cool to see that we're still getting some support for Median XL, as it's one of the best Diablo mods, I would say, that really changes up the game, adds so much, not only quality of life, but just completely new things. If you guys don't know what it is, I'll talk a little bit more about, like, you know, introduction to Median XL, because it is something that a lot of Diablo fans might not have actually known about, and Diablo 2 Resurrected is just around the corner, and hopefully we can get those new update graphics to work inside this. Apparently they're doing something with the engine as well. There's a 4K resolution support, and that's huge for a content creator, because with the 2.0 engine, for a Median XL Sigma, it means we don't have to run a 4:3 ratio on stream or when we are recording videos. Otherwise, you'd have to stretch it out. But tons of new things coming to Diablo 2 very soon. Not only this, but with obviously Resurrected. Now, it does require you to have a copy of Diablo 2 already to run it. But what's really nice is it does tell us about the date, which is, again, going to be happening next month on the 27th. Now, briefly, really quick to go over Median XL Sigma. This is like some older footage because the newest update isn't out yet. You can see it's cut off its 4:3 ratio because it doesn't support the 4K. This is my own video. If you guys want to learn more about Median XL, kind of the ins and outs, because the game definitely needs to have a guide. It's kind of like Path of Exile. If you walk into it blind, you're gonna maybe have a very rough time. As the crafting system, they do explain everything if you want to read pages and pages on it, but it's probably better to watch like a YouTuber's video, and I'll link mine down below if you guys do want to check it out for like basic crafting and kind of the ins and outs of this, as there are a lot of nice quality of life changes to the game, as well as some newer features. But now that that's out of the way really quick, and keep in mind, these skills the characters have are completely different. Like, it doesn't play like a normal Diablo mod where maybe they do some balancing. There are completely new items, there's new rune words, there's completely different play styles for some of the classes. Like with the Necromancer, you can actually make a bow Necromancer build, there's a totem Necromancer build, things that just aren't in like the normal game. Like, you can see all of these skills completely new from the game, which is really awesome. And I'll link that video down below, but I want to also talk a little bit more about like what's actually happening in this most recent update. So they're going to be reducing the rune count over here, so there's going to be a little bit less, so it makes it easier for people to go ahead and, like, you know, kind of focus in on what you want. Although the crafting system is so excellent with this game, it doesn't really bother me personally, because you can just downgrade relatively easy. But this is just something that they're mentioning. They're making the runes less quest-centric over here as well, and they're reducing repetitive cube tasks for rerolling. So with the superior items, they can no longer be luckied, but superior weapons have an innate lucky bonus, which is cool. So you can just mess around with the oils and just kind of spawn things a little bit easier. There's more, I guess, for people that kind of know the game, but I guess that's the point of this video anyways. And they're going to be doing some stuff with the actual rune words, changing the stats and stuff on the items. So that's the most recent change that we have news for, as on the website. Sometimes they do show off more things on what's to come, but this was just announced more recently. But I also want to kind of break down this trailer over here, so what we're going to have to do is slow it down, and I want to show you guys some of the things that I want to mention and things that I've seen in this trailer that are important to mention. So starting right off, we're getting 8 trees per class, and they do show off 2 of them. I believe they show off Necromancer and the Barbarian. So for Barbarian, here are the new classes, or skill trees, which essentially is kind of like a class in Median XL, as you can't just spec into all of them. We have Gladiator. Wait, actually, no, this is the old one. This is version 1.0, 1.8, and then here's the new one. So we have Nomad, Earthshaker, Windcarver, Elementalist, Warmonger, Shaman, then we have Mastery, and then the Reward. which is kind of like your, like, if you kind of want to think of it like when you've reached a certain point, like you ascend, essentially. Then we have necromancers over here. We have the Death Speaker, we have Summon, Melee, Crossbow, Malice, Totem, Mastery, and Reward. And on top of that, you may pick up to 3 masteries. This is something that's already been in Median XL, but for those of you guys that haven't played it, you cannot just spec into everything in the game. It kind of forces you to go into, you know, kind of a direction. So that way you don't really mess up your character. But one thing that's really nice with this game as well, you notice the guy instantly was able to leap and then whirlwind. They have independent cooldowns. It's something that they'll show off, but I think this is already kind of in the game, but it's really nice to have these like just enabled. If for any of you guys that played like vanilla Diablo 2, yeah, when certain skills have cooldown, it's kind of global and it just feels not as smooth. But there are also treasure goblins in this. If you guys didn't know, on I think it was 1.8, they introduced them. I just know that I did play. Goblins are already added into the game, and they are quite fun to go mess around with, just like you'd have in Diablo 3. It just gives you something to go ahead and have as a chase. They're redoing the rune words, and what's cool with this game is you have these things called mystic orbs, and you can modify items, kind of like you would in Path of Exile, though you can just get the stat and you just throw it in. It changes the level that's required for the item, but the crafting in this game is quite easy. Once you get like a good like 10-minute tutorial on it, again, watch my video if you want to learn this game, because it's not that easy if you don't know what you're doing, but it will be something that I think a lot of players will like. It's not super RNG, unless you use certain items. There are other things that can really give you some insane RNG, but for the most part, like, you can kind of craft what you want to. And it says the king of endgame content. And what I do like with this is they do add so many new mechanics to this game to get like, it's almost like the own game's version of Anelius, where you have to get these 3 stones and combine them. It's really cool though, the way that they do it, because you have to like go into a portal that Mephisto opens up. There's a lot of newer enemies. If you guys haven't seen Median XL before, they add things from Diablo 1, 2, and 3 inside Diablo 2, and so the aesthetic kind of fits with some mod support. If you guys have played on some other games, sometimes what happens is like they implement something that just looks weird or out of place, and most of the things in Median XL Sigma, for most players, because it's kind of subjective, it looks like it matches the game. This new interface is absolutely amazing with the stat sheet. You get to see their crushing blow, deadly strike. Some mods had this back in the Diablo 2 days. Some variants of other mods will let you see all of the stats, specifically checking out the PvP resistances of other players. I remember there was mods that existed back in the day for that. But this is a really nice sheet, you know, it's just in the game. And what's cool with Median XL, by the way, it does have multiplayer support, and there are people that play, because some mods, there's just no one on, right? But this friends list is so cool. Look, like, just looking at this looks like an official thing. It has a little like loading screen, and you can see who's online. There's a new interface for the follower system, and I like it. It shows you, like, I'm not sure if this is a level or what this is underneath it, but that's cool. So in terms of quality of life, as a content creator, I've been wanting this change so long. If you guys have used, like, I think it was called like D2 multi-res, a lot of times what would happen with it is it would only let you go up to a certain patch, and the AI has some issues. I'm not sure if they're going to somehow make the AI work, because in Diablo 2 Resurrected, which we've covered on this channel because Blizzard gave us early access to it, I'll link a video on that too. The gameplay plays pretty smooth for the like monsters that are off screen, because the AI has an issue with that in terms of like the higher resolution, because it's just not programmed to have monsters, because they'll just basically stand there and do nothing, and you can hit them with certain abilities. But these are nice changes overall. I'm really excited about this, and again, the resolution thing is just so nice. But I'm wondering how they're going to do the AI, if they've redone it, because remember, Diablo 2 Resurrected is still running the original Diablo engine underneath, and this could be a sign that it might be kind of ready to go. Hopefully when Diablo 2 Resurrected comes out, they'll be able to just slap on the overlay, and we'll have all the new content from Median XL, because there's just so much, and I'm really excited to see the other mod support. Let's just go to more gameplay over here. It's showing off newer areas, potentially. They even said newer towns, so I'm not sure if this is newer towns in addition to what Median XL already has, because they already have a lot of new content. So I'm really excited about this 2.0 update, and I will definitely be covering it. But that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video, is to build up some hype and just let you guys know that this does exist. If you haven't played Median XL before, definitely check out my video, and then this way you guys can get a head start on when this launches if you want to. Although most people are probably just going to be waiting for the newest season, and they might be changing up the crafting a little bit. In fact, they mentioned it, but in terms of like the oil, it's just they're on oil hands. But like, it's really not that big of a deal, but it saves you a step of getting that thing beforehand. And farming in this game is actually pretty decent, like as in it doesn't take you super long time to obtain mostly like pretty decent gear to get you started with the game. So I'm really excited about this, but again, I'll link the full trailer down below. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're new and you want to see more of Median XL when it does come out, I'll definitely be like streaming it and playing it. So hit subscribe, turn on the bell if you want to see more Median XL, and of course Diablo 2 Resurrected. I believe we're gonna be getting a second wave of a new update very soon, so that will be really cool to play the next beta on it. And if you guys want to see Diablo 2 gameplay of Resurrected, that'll be linked down below. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video, and I'm out. Peace.